guys, it's Alyssa Michelle, and today I'm going to tell you guys how I tame hamsters, personally my hamster. And the last video that I filmed, I had realized that I was too worried about the hamster and making sure that the hamster wasn't getting away from me rather than describing to you guys how to tame a hamster. Now, this isn't going to work for every hamster because every hamster is different. So I get nervous doing these. I do recommend going to watch a different video on how to tame a hamster, just so that way you have different methods on how to tame a hamster and see which one works for your hamster. So specifically, the way that I've tamed my hamsters is, I start off by just touching my hand, like putting my scent onto their stuff, like their snacks, their bedding. Now you want to make sure that your hands are clean before you do so, because you don't want to have germs and stuff because it can make them sick. So I do recommend you do wash your hands before you do start messing around in their cage. But just, mess with their bedding, put some toilet paper, rub your scent on some toilet paper, and put it in their cage, because then they'll make a nest out of your cage. Now specifically, I have a Dwarf Robo hamster, and so this is what, so I've always had Dwarfs. I've never had just a normal size hamster. So if you do have a normal size hamsters, I'm not sure what's the difference, because again, never had a normal size, I don't want to say normal size, because dwarf hamsters are pretty common in having pets, as a hamster pet. But I do recommend, if you do have a big hamster, normal size hamster, I do recommend you going and finding a hamster or a video for your hamster specifically. Now again, specifically I have the Robo Dwarf hamster, and he's tiny. He's only like this big. He's not very big, and he won't get big. So but what I do is I'll put him in my hand. Okay, so I started off by just putting my hand in his cage, letting him get your scent. Just let him get your scent, him or her, let them get your scent. And once they have your scent, they'll start coming up to your hand. Now once they start coming up to your hand, you start putting snacks. Like say you have like one of their snacks. This is out of his food actually. And you just put it in your hand. Now you might want to start by just just slowly. Don't do this. Just slowly and just put your hand like this. And then you can start doing this and just putting your hand flat into their cage. Oh my gosh, this light is so bright. Just put your hand flat into their cage. If they do want to eat the snack that you have for them, they will come to your hand if they feel comfortable. And if they don't, you don't want to force them. And shoot. And you do want to give your hamster about 2 to 3 days after you get them to get used to their surroundings before you even think about messing with them. So, hang on. You guys see that box back there? I don't really feel like getting up, but that box right there, that's the box my hamster came in. And at the time I was watching Tame videos, which I've had 3 hamsters, but my other 2 hamsters, they liked being held. Like I said in the other video, they loved it. So I didn't necessarily have to tame my other hamsters because they were already tamed. So, but this hamster, I knew as soon as I got him, he was freaking out, did not, every time I would try to put my hand into his box, because all my other hamsters, as soon as I got them, they'd crawl right up into my hand and love on me constantly, always wanted to be held. So whenever I tried putting my hand in there and he's freaking out, I realized, oh shoot, I'm going to have to tame this hamster. This hamster's not used to being held. It's scared. So what I did was I just took the box, took the lid off of the cage, just dumped the box into the cage. And make sure that you put the box at the bottom of the cage, and then, you know, just slowly tip it. Don't like go from the top and tip because they'll get hurt. I mean, not necessarily, but it's a possibility. So whenever you do start putting your hand into the cage, just flatly, if they start to come up to your hand and eat the snack, then and they stay there and they seem to feel safe, my best recommendation, if it is like a really, really, really scared hamster, pick it up into a cup or some type of like object that you can hold them in. Kind of scoop them. I mean, don't hurt them, but kind of scoop them, and take them into the bathtub. Put like a cover and a pillow down, and just kind of start holding them. Try to see how they react to you holding them. And the reason for the cover and pillow is if they do get scared and jump, they don't get hurt necessarily. And so once they start getting used to you, then you can start to try to cup them. You don't want to just come in and grab them like this. Just start practicing on cupping them, seeing if they like want you to pick them up, you know what I mean? But until they come to your hand, you don't want to mess with them. Like, don't force them. Forcing them will scare them, and too much stress can physically hurt your hamster. So do be careful with that, because the more you stress them out, you only want to mess with them at night, like not night, but like evening, nighttime, because if you are waking them up during the morning / early day, it will make them upset, and they won't necessarily want to be, you know, messed with because they got woken up. So try to mess with them at night / evening. I always try to mess with my hamster at least, you know, after dinner time, you know, try to give him as much rest and, you know, time as he needs. But again, I'm still in the taming process of my hamster, my first hamster I've ever had to tame, and he's getting pretty good. If you watched the last video, he has gotten pretty good. So just practice with them and be patient, because patience is everything with a hamster, especially a new going into hamster. They're going to be really scared. I'm just thinking of like things to tell you guys because it's like really on the spot. But what else should you guys know? Just, you know, be patient with them. Let them get used to you. Let them smell you before you do anything. And before you try picking them up, just put, you know, let them smell you. Put treats in your hand. The way that I got my hamster to let me hold him, I didn't do the bathtub method, but I've heard it helped with a lot of people on training them. But once my hamster got the smell of my hand and knew that I was just, you know, didn't necessarily, he still will not come to me if I just put my hand in the cage. Like, he'll walk on it, and as soon as I try to lift my hand up, he's right back off. So that part I'm still trying to train him on, and tame him on. But if I do scoop him up, as you guys seen, if you guys watched the last video, he'll walk into my hand and we'll play, and we just do this constant cycling thing where he'll be on this hand and I just put this hand in front of this hand, he'll crawl to the next, into the next, into the next, and it's like playtime for them. They love it. So just really, really be patient with your hamster and really just stay calm with them. They can feel your emotions, so if you're scared, they're going to be scared. So don't be scared. Just stay calm. And I think that's really all I had to say today. So thank you guys for watching. I guess I'll talk to you guys in the next video. I'm going to try to upload every day to update you guys on him and how his training's going. I love you guys. Peace.